What's up, everyone? My name is Aaron Burr, and welcome to the We All Can Change podcast, where I help others heal this planet to live a more fulfilled and healthier life. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in to episode number 1. We're talking about waste. Yeah, what we're throwing away, what we're recycling, what we're composting, all that good stuff. I'm going to talk about the zero waste movement, kind of what that is. I'll also go over my experiences with this lifestyle, as well as some alternatives that we can use for our own lives, and then why we should maybe consider reducing our waste and our dependency on these single-use conveniences, right? So, what is the zero waste movement or zero waste lifestyle? Well, it focuses on reducing our waste, as you can imagine. The goal is to have nothing in the landfill, nothing incinerated, nothing polluted, right? Makes sense. I love the movement. I love the goal and everything. I don't really like the name too much. I know it's super catchy and it's helped it kind of grow in the past years for sure. But zero, like anything like zero or anything like that, it just puts this expectation on ourselves. I feel like that we have to be perfect, and we may beat ourselves up a little bit more if we kind of use this like label of zero waste enthusiast or whatever. If we throw away one plastic cup, we might feel, I don't know, disappointed in ourselves, and we really shouldn't. We definitely throw a lot away right now, though, is the thing, right? So this movement's great. Keep away from the expectation of being perfect, of course, right? I mean, the whole point is to have fun in life, and I'm just trying to get rid of the dreariness of expectation and perfection, I guess. Not to be used as a crutch, though. So we shouldn't be walking around saying, well, I'm not going to be perfect, so I shouldn't probably pursue this zero waste thing, because that's what Aaron said to do. If I hear you saying that, I'm coming after you. No, I'm just kidding. So let's dive into my journey on the zero waste path and everything. This is definitely my weakest link, I gotta say. It's kind of weird. A lot of people sort of start on this, focusing on their waste when they start their sustainability path, I guess. I started it just recently in the past year. I kind of focused on other areas of my life first, which is kind of different. I don't know why that was, but just kind of how it worked out. I've always used my own water bottle. I never really liked straws. I just thought they were meant to smear your lipstick or prevent you from smearing your lipstick. So I didn't think they were for me. But that's pretty much it. That's all I really did. We never really recycled. I never focused on that stuff. And to this day, I don't really like the idea of recycling anyways. And a couple reasons, I guess. I guess one of them is because we've sort of chosen as a society recycling over reduce and reuse, even though reduce and reuse is in front of recycling for a reason, right? It's because they have more of an impact. And so that kind of irks me a little bit. It's definitely because it's just easier than reducing, right? We live in a society of convenience and single use. I mean, it's pretty damn tough to go against that. So I get it for sure. And I mean, I did the same thing. But that's what I'm here, is to kind of show that message and let people know that it goes way beyond recycling. We have reduce and reuse for a reason. So yeah, I kind of feel bad that I rag on recycling so much, but it's pretty good. We definitely should be doing it instead of throwing things away, of course, because it still saves energy and resources and stuff like that. But in itself, of course, it's not going to save the planet. So just diving into kind of what I started doing, I started to, I had that idea of recycling, so I kind of just focused on reduction instead. And so along the way, I started to realize I'm in coffee shops all the time, and I'm in tea shops all the time, and I'm using, these disposable paper cups. uh, that are a lot of times not recyclable, or they have things that are not recyclable, and they're just a waste in general, right? So that was a big first step, was reusable coffee mug, just like an insulated tumbler, I think they're called. I have no idea, but yeah, that was a good step. And then I started to really just pick my places based on if they had reusable options and stuff. That makes it easiest. So then you don't have to worry about bringing your mug and stuff, or forgetting it, or forgetting to clean it, because I do that all the time. I always had a camping spork, which I used for eating in the backcountry and stuff. So I just started bringing that everywhere instead of using disposable cutlery and stuff like that. And then I decided to start focusing on like my toiletries, shampoos, conditioners, body washes, toothpaste. Pretty much everything is in some sort of plastic container that's just thrown out, right? So that's a lot of stuff, and it keeps going beyond that, but those are just some things that I started to focus on. But I realized that my grocery shopping was really a lot of waste, or it's contributing to a lot of waste for sure. Oh man, they just cut down a tree across the little canal here. That's so sad. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, so my grocery shopping was definitely contributing to a lot of waste. Like, all my stuff is packaged, and even if it's healthy food, it was still packaged, which is crazy. So I started buying bulk things, and most of that stuff's healthier. There's some stuff in there in the bulk section that's pretty bad for you, but most of it's healthier, so that's good. And the reason I'm saying healthier too is because I'm realizing that a lot of these solutions and alternatives, especially with grocery shopping and whatnot, they're oftentimes healthier. And then also, of course, more sustainable. Bulk is one of them. I started shopping at local markets, local farmers markets. That's definitely typically healthier, more localized food. And also, it's typically more small batched. So quality goes up, and they can focus on quality assurance and everything like that. And so I also increased my produce game for sure. Uh, by staying in the produce section, I really just started saving a lot of money, and that's like the easiest way to stop wasting so much plastic and whatnot, is just buy produce. And I mean, there's obviously like those little stickers on it, but that's pretty much it. And then of course you run into the issue of like produce bags and everything like that. And so then I kind of got on to that journey where I had to start kind of buying things to reduce my waste. I know it kind of sounds weird, right? Buy things to reduce your waste. Doesn't really make sense. Oh, I'm still so sad about that tree. That's really depressing. All to just like put a house in, another house. Good old development. Okay, anyways, sorry, I'm off track. Yeah, so I was getting closer to that zero waste goal, right? Yeah, I started to buy those bags, and so let's get into those alternatives a little bit. I would say start with the things that you use every day, or the most of. Like, start with the things that you throw away the most and focus on those alternatives first. So that could be anything from a reusable water bottle, a reusable coffee mug, or tumbler. I don't really know which one they're called. Probably both. Is a tumbler a coffee mug? Those insulated things? We'll find out. But I prefer either metal or glass. All my stuff is metal. I'm sure there's like still some bad things that get into your water from metal, but definitely better than plastic. I mean, even if it's BPA free, it's still like plastic getting into your water and stuff, and then into your body, which is not good. So yeah, water bottle, coffee cups, cutlery. Yeah, get a spork. Join that spork life movement. Or if you want, 3 different things, you can get a fork, a spoon, and a knife if you want to. I mean, I just wanted like a spork because mine's purple and it looks really cool. But anyways, I mean, you can get those out of bamboo or wood or metal. It's up to you. I don't know if they make glass cutlery. Probably not. Grocery bags. That's another alternative. Reusable grocery bags. I mean, those are pretty easy, like 99 cents, and it's just about remembering them, pretty much, right? I'm always forgetting my grocery bags. And like I don't give in though. If I have like 15 things, I'm carrying them out and everyone's like, "You sure you don't want a bag?" And I'm like, "God damn it, no, I don't want a bag." So that's pretty funny. I would say just like get in the habit of unloading your groceries in your house and then just throw those bags in your car right away. I know it's kind of a pain, or put it somewhere that like you have to walk past them when you go, like when you leave the house or something like that. Either one, just set it up so that you don't forget them. Easier said than done. Let's see alternatives. Solid soaps. Yeah, switching to like a solid soap instead of a soap that's in a container. That's a good option. They make shampoo, conditioner, body wash. They make all that stuff in solid states now, which is really cool. Or you can also buy a refillable soap too. They sell that. Pretty good companies out there that send you a container, and then you just send the containers back, and they keep sending you a refilled version, right? Basically, so. And you don't have to wait for like them to receive the container. They just keep sending it to you, and you keep sending it back. And so, yeah, pretty sweet. I'll link that company down below too for sure. Solid toothpastes, so like powder, or they even have like chewable little tablets now, which is pretty cool. I know the company Bite, they send you like a one container initially, and then after that, it's just these little packets of the tablets that you can throw into the container. So yeah, you're saving a container, then it's just kind of easier and kind of cooler to just like have these little tablets for your toothpaste. And then TSA stuff too. Oh, all these benefits. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely try and avoid like shoving these brands into your face, but it's kind of unavoidable, I suppose. But definitely not my intention to sell these things to you or anything like that. Like if you don't need to get a eco-friendly alternative right away, then just don't get it. Like of course, bamboo toothbrushes, yeah, bamboo toothbrushes. Like of course, good alternative because we replace the heads of toothbrushes all the time. God, I hate that word. Is that even right? I have no idea. But yeah, we replace them all the time, so it's good to just have a bamboo one that you can just compost or throw away. That'll break down. But what I'm trying to say is that like if you have a toothbrush that is 2 months out from needing to get replaced, like don't replace it right now. Like hold off. The best alternative to something like that is to just not buy anything out at all, right? But second best is buying a high quality item that lasts longer, right? So there's some angles that we can work with here. But yeah, try not to shove these brands in your face. But I do have some brands that I'd love to share with you. One of them is the company called Mir, MIIR. They do like water bottles, tumblers, and they're a B corporation. That's what I use. Water bottles and their coffee mugs and stuff. And I don't get any sort of sponsorship from these companies. I just have personal experience with them. So, and I probably will never have sponsorship. So, because I don't want to ruin my authenticity. The other company is Snow Peak. They make cutlery and tableware, so like plates and bowls. If you need to go to I don't know, like an outing and you want to bring your own plate or something like that. Yeah, I use their spork. I use their pots and I use their plates too. They're a Japanese company, high quality titanium and stainless steel, stuff like that. So, and really cool. Like my spork looks awesome. It's purple. It's got a little paracord accessory at the end that I put on it, and it's so me. Let's see what else. Yeah, for the bulk section, I use these cotton bags from Eco Bags, as well as just mason jars. If you just write down the weight of the mason jars on the lid, so then you can zero that out and not pay for the weight of the mason jar. And then also, for just typical zero waste shopping, Package Free Shop, that's a pretty cool company out of New York. They've got like their brick and mortar store out of New York, and then they do online stuff too. The gal that owns it, Lauren Singer, she seems like a pretty great person that's doing some good things. So yeah, definitely recommend that store too. So let's dive into the why of reducing our waste. Why do we want to get away from single use things, right? Because bringing a reusable bag to the grocery store isn't going to save the planet, right? But it's not just about the resources that we use to make these products that we're wasting. It's also about all the shit we see in our natural areas, like our hiking trails or even in our backyard, right? Like it's all this garbage that's all around. That's a pain. No one wants someone else's trash or their own trash in their backyard, right? And the sad part is that our own trash is in someone else's backyard, all of us, which is not good. Or it's in the ocean, or it's in the forest or some other natural area. And animals are eating this stuff. It's crazy. A wise friend once told me, he said, "Plastic bags don't break down. They just blow all over town." Oh my God. That's awesome. So cool. So Zach, if you're listening to this, just remember that sat with me for a while. That was like years ago that you told me this. So it's funny. Yeah, I mean, this stuff's in animals' stomachs, and we're eating these animals, right? It's not good. But really, the most detrimental thing to all of this is the mindset. It's the mindset of disposing of these single-use things. Like we're just like throwing it out of sight, out of mind, moving on, right? That's the most detrimental. And so that's why zero waste has such a big impact, is that we're changing these things. We when we're throwing everything away, out of sight, out of mind, we stop thinking. We stop questioning where everything comes from, and we stop thinking about what had to happen for us to fuel up our car. So that's why I started with waste, is that it overflows into other aspects of our lives, while maybe reducing our waste in itself doesn't have a huge impact. It's pretty impactful as far as a mindset goes. And then also, our health and our fulfillment. It makes us feel really good, just not throwing things away constantly. So that's kind of why I started this podcast off with waste. It sets the stage for everything else. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what I wanted to go over with you, and that's kind of the reason that I don't really like compostable plastics is because it still keeps that mindset, right? It keeps that disposable, single-use mindset that it doesn't really matter. Like it's just about convenience, and when in reality, it's not that hard to just shape our lives to better the planet, right? Cool. Well, hey, if you enjoyed this episode, please share it around. And also, if you're looking to stay updated when new episodes or blog posts come out, you can sign up for a weekly update on what's new. No clutter, not ever, so don't worry about that. Just head over to weallcanchange.com. You can enter your email at the top of any page. And thank you so much, and take care.